Hey guys, Self-Care September with me, Shannon. Today is September 14th. It's a Saturday and it's day 13 of our self-care talk today. We're just going to talk a little bit about our mental self-care. Um, Specifically, how to encourage ourselves. So, a major part of self-care that human beings need to focus on, especially in this time and day and age, is their mental awareness. And what I mean by that is we all go through our day to day life without analyzing what it is we truly want, how we truly feel, and what it is we actually need. So, what I mean by that is we get up, we exercise, or make our tea, or pack our kids' lunches, we get ourselves ready for work, we go to work, we do all that stuff at work. Some of us may love our jobs, like myself, and some of us may not, and we go for the paychecks. The next step of that is then we come home, we still have to take care of the kids, we have other responsibilities, pets, dogs, animals, family members, so on and so forth. And in our mental awareness, we do not take a time to process what it is that we want, that what it is that we need, and what it is that we really should focus on. And even more than that, we tend to focus on the negative. So today I just kind of want to talk about thinking happy thoughts, like Peter Pan said, definitely get us to Neverland. But more so than that, investing in those happy thoughts as actual facts. So, for example, let me give you what I did for, usually I make a vision board for each year. But instead of this year collaborating a whole bunch of things together, and once again, this is going to be backwards, I made just a vision chart. And instead of a whole bunch of other things, all I do is write I am, and I understand this is backwards, but I am all things that I choose to be. So when we talk about mental state, a lot of the things that we tend to do before we do anything is stress out about things. We go through our busy lives, we don't ask ourselves what we want, who we are, what we need, and that kind of thing. We also don't encourage ourselves enough to be that person, to do those things, to make those choices in life. So today's self-care is just to remind ourselves to take a break in our day, our week, our month, our year, and encourage ourselves. So we often tend to say I can't, or I won't have time, or I can't work out, or I can't diet, or I don't know how someone else does it, or gee, Shannon, I don't know how you do it, or that kind of stuff. And even I'm guilty of that. So that's why I made my I am chart, because I have a habit of saying, oh, gee, that's not in my alley. I can't do that, or I don't know anything about that, or I'm not able to. And as life goes on and gets busy, we start to believe that. A year later of me saying I can't do something, it becomes sort of inherent. Oh, well, that's something that I can't do. Is it that I can't do it, or that I have told myself I can't do it? I mean, this goes for a lot of things. This could be from anything to, from like saying I can't exercise to, or can't find time to exercise to, I can't be prettier or smarter or stronger or better at making these videos. The the mental awareness aspect for us really slips by us in our day-to-day habits. So we want to encourage ourselves to think happier thoughts, change some of those thought patterns instead of saying I can't or I want to be. So for me, I would always say I want to be a healer. I want to be someone that helps someone. I want to do this, or I want to in the future. And my goal this year, instead of saying I want to, was that I am. I am a healer. I am helping people. I am here for those purposes. I am smart. I am pretty. I am beautiful. I am uh, whatever else I choose to be. I know intelligent, kind, sincere, but more importantly, on my goals to what I want to do with my job and my business, this is I am. I am a businesswoman. I am responsible for myself. I am in charge of my own thoughts. I am in charge of my surroundings and how I feel. And those are the kinds of things that we should really just take a little more time to focus on. And then when we do that, we want to think about and it takes effort. I'm not gonna lie, it takes effort. It takes a complete effort to change the thinking pattern from I can't, I won't, I don't want to, I don't know how, to I am. But when we can do that just in a small area in our lives, let's say we're always saying I can't do a specific thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, fine, I'm going to try to do a specific thing. It's not that you're trying to do everything in the world, it's just that you're going to try to do the specific thing. Once we push ourselves to those limits like that, we kind of change the way our pattern of thinking is happening, and that tends to give us a new pattern on almost all the things that we do. Um, really just want to ask ourselves what we want, how we want to achieve it, and then encourage ourselves. If we can't encourage ourselves, if we can't change the way of thinking to get us to that next goal, then who can? You can't expect your partner, your friend, your mom, your sister to um, give you that emotional strength. And the reason you can't expect them to do that because that's an outsource of emotional strength. Anything that you need to accomplish comes from within. So take some time in our daily life to say, even though I have all these responsibilities and all this kind of stuff, I am happy, I am going to be thankful for this, or I am going to rise above this situation, or just sort of change that kind of mentality. Maybe you go to your job and you know that you're really good at your job and you deserve a pay raise. So you walk in there and, with that confidence, instead of whining about how you don't get the pay raise or you don't get the promotion, you be the one doing the work, asking for the promotion, putting in the work, saying, I am worthy of the promotion. And if if you're not getting into the job you're at, maybe you just search somewhere else and get that somewhere else at another job. The mental aspect of taking a good look at ourselves and asking ourselves what it is that we need, what it is that we want, and how we can change our mental tone on how to get those things is so important. We drone through the day looking for that positivity. We drone through the day looking for someone to just give us an ounce of um, not accountability, but sense of hope that it could be better, or could get better. And you know what, that hope and that stuff needs to start with you. It needs to start with how you feel about yourself, what it is, the tone you set with yourself, the inflection you speak to yourself when you are looking in the mirror or talking to yourself, the words we use in our sentences, like changing things like I want or I will or I can't to I am. Is a very important self-care. We do not want to forget that we are once again spiritual beings, and that our mental aspect is so much more important than we can even grasp. And we can control how we feel through our own thoughts. So if you can make the darkness in your mind, and you can make the sadness in your mind, you can make the happiness in your mind too. We're just trained to make the darkness and the sadness. It's all around us. Negativity ensues by the way that we're talked to from oftentimes very young. If you don't do this, then you're not worthy, so on and so forth. But if we can have those sad and negative thoughts about us, we can have them equally as positive. And today's self-care is just encouraging you to change a few of those words in your vocabulary, to analyze how it is you're treating yourself, and if you're getting as much as you want out of your day, and if you're feeling the way you want to feel on the inside. And if you're not, do something about it. Change the tone for you. And don't let anybody else set it. Don't let anybody else mess with your tone. You can be anything you want to be. And the first thing you got to do is take care of yourself and figure out what it is you want to be and how you want to do it. Happy Saturday, guys.